Officially, it appears that an alert police chief may have stopped a terrorist threat. The suspects were caught in Richford on Friday and Saturday, just a mile from the Canadian border. Michael Gilhooly tells us the story.
The three suspects were taken to federal court this morning. All three are Lebanese who are naturalized Canadian citizens. They are being charged with conspiracy for bringing a bomb into the United States. Federal agents identified the three suspects as Walid Kabani, George Yonan, and Walid Murad. They arrived at court early this morning and were questioned by federal officials until late this afternoon. The story started in Richford, a town on the Canadian border. Late Friday night, the town police chief was cruising near these railroad tracks just about a mile from Canada. He spotted a man walking near the tracks carrying a backpack. The chief also saw a silver van in a no-parking area. He asked the two men in the van to leave, then turned his attention back to the first man, but noticed the backpack was gone.
The gentleman that I picked up looked to me as if he didn't belong in Richford. I can't tell you how that happens, but it was enough to raise my suspicion of the gentleman. And he had a pack at one time. The second time, there was no pack.
The chief gave Walid Kabani a ride to the U.S. border station just a mile away. Officials say the suspect probably walked into the States along this railroad track, tripping a Border Patrol sensor along the way. The chief returned to the area and found the backpack thrown along the road just a few feet from the railroad tracks. Then he saw the two men in the van stop at the Crossings Hotel. By the time the two suspects checked into this hotel in Richford on Friday night, police had figured out there was a connection. So they kept the hotel under surveillance all night, and when the two suspects left on Saturday morning, they were promptly arrested. At the border station, investigators looked inside the backpack. They found a black face mask, similar to those used by Arab terrorists, and a bomb.
I think with a pack, I think the first thing that crossed my mind was drugs. I mean, that's the type of a thing that you're going to get on a border crossing, most likely.
So you were surprised to find a bomb?
Yeah, that's safe to say.
Federal authorities say the bomb was constructed of two small cylinders packed with explosive power, and a detonator was attached to the top. It was not a big bomb, but one agent said it could do substantial damage to a house or a small building. The men will be held until Wednesday, when they will be back in court for a bail hearing. The investigation now includes the FBI, the Border Patrol, and the Secret Service. Their agent told Channel 3 that any time someone brings a bomb into the nation, the Secret Service is very interested. Marcellus?
Michael, I guess the real question is, what were they planning to do? What's the motive?
Well, Marcellus, at this point, no motive. And if the federal authorities know a motive, they're just not saying. But everyone is thinking of the threats made by Iran against America after U.S. warships shelled an Iranian oil platform in the Persian Gulf.
Now at Kmart, get 120 portraits with 18...
Agent Wayne Alford said that Chief Jewett is responsible for saving lives.
Him, how grateful. And really the citizens of this country are grateful, because without his actions, these three individuals would probably not have been arrested, and in fact a tragedy probably would have occurred had they not been intercepted when they were.
Jewett received a plaque and a letter from the FBI director. The chief said his actions were just basic police work.
The job, I believe you owe it to the people you work for to do the best that you can, and hopefully I've tried to do that.
Also on this Monday night, Tony Adams tells us what's happening in the world.